David Mnunuzi is my name. I'm an aquaculture technician, which is one of the National Agricultural Research Institute, NARO. And since we conduct both applied and active research, our research helps us to understand, to interact with the farmers, and then understand their problems, and then the research that we undertake helps them to come up with the solutions. And one of the problems the farmers are encountering is the issue of poor seed in vivo. So there is increased demand for quality seed, but we don't have quality breeders around. And farmers have challenges sometimes with the ponds. Even when they have ponds, they are limited to skills. And the Zadi being now one of the research institutes, and we have aquaculture as one of the enterprises, it's an opportunity now for farmers, and we take. This is a female Nautilapia, and this size is able to breed. And this is around 200 grams. Our sizes range from 150 to 250. They can even reach 400, but those sizes are still recommended. Now, I was talking about Nautilapia, though there are other species. This one, as I was mentioning, after it has reached the breeding stage, it's able to give us around 300 eggs. Now, since breeding, propagation takes place, these guys are able, this fish, the male and female, met within the hopper I've just showed you. And so, there are considerations I was talking about when you're selecting. When you look at this Nautilapia, it looks really healthy, you see? It's healthy, it has no defects, so it stands one of the better candidates to be involved in breeding. There are different stages we are handling. After fish has been bred in the broodstock pond, we select out the fly. We take them to the nursing pond. We nurse them up to when they are fingering stage before we supply them to our farmers. Now, because our main purpose is to make sure that our focus is quality seed, we want to be different from others, being a research institute. So these are the fingerlings. That is a result of the breeding that we conducted in our hopper. So at this stage, we are able to sell our fish to the farmers. Farmers will always appreciate when they see the performance and the growth of our fish, because we emphasize quality. There are other aspects we can't forget. For instance, water quality, and then feeding. And because farmers sometimes may not afford the water quality equipment, we advise them their equipments we normally use to check the pollution or the status of the water quality of our systems. This is one of the species I'm talking about, the tilapia. Farmers can easily identify this species. Now that we are able to interface with the farmers, and our tilapia has bands on its caudal fin. As compared to other species, and because of the well-built body, you can see it's able to grow even to this size. And farmers don't need to grow to reach a kilo. This can reach a market size, market stage. So, to some extent, even as they are breeding, remember, some farmers also have ponds around, so they can still take their seed and then stock them in their ponds and come up with these sizes. We have feeds. We are not only doing this without feeds. What you see that I'm using is a scoop net. I'm able to use this to scoop out my fingerlings or fly. I can also use it to get 1 to 2 pieces of fish. Now, as I was mentioning, I was talking about feeds. If we are to grow to reach this stage of breeding, remember, after we have separated, we are feeding this broodstock before we bring them to the hoppers. We must feed them well, because we are looking at good quality eggs. Quality eggs come from feeding the fish well, comes from the good water quality maintenance. Now, these feeds with me I'm using this kind of feeds. These are 4mm feeds. We source them from Kafika, Kujis, one of the recommended, or rather one of commercial suppliers of feeds. If we are to feed these fish, the broodstock, we feed them, it's called 3% body weight. Now, 3% body weight is a percentage that is determined. Farmers don't need to cram feed percentages because we can provide them. As a research institute, we have charts we may use to guide